Thank you both for joining us today. So, of course, you're representing the macro perspective in terms of regulation and how to stimulate the economy, and you're one of the small businesses that is hopefully going to benefit from this. Deputy Minister, if I could start with you, just tell us a little bit more about this Congress and I suppose what you're aiming to achieve this time around.
Well, this is the 37th conference, and it is for the first time in any way that it is taking place in the African soil. We are very happy and thrilled that we have been chosen as a country that is hosting this conference. Same like the 2010 World Cup. This one is really like the same because it is for the first time that we get all the people from all over the world coming to converge over 3 days and share experience and make sure that they can be able to advise us on where we are not doing right on small business. But so far, from opening, from the round tables, from the ministers of Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Botswana, we're able to get quite a good experience on what they do in their own countries, and also the parallel sessions that are taking place as of now. They are continuing with the good advice, good experience, critique, laws, legislation, and I hope after this conference we'll be able to support our SMMEs and make sure that we make a difference. And as you know, SMMEs are the bedrock of many economies that are succeeding very well all over the world. And we hope that as South Africa, we'll be able to do exactly that.
Nompumelelo, welcome to Closing Bell. Tell us a little bit more about the Vows and how your company started.
The Vows is based in Rustenburg. We do jewelry design and manufacturing. We are incubated by the Cedar Platinum Incubator. They help us with manufacturing and exposure.
And where do you feel that government support is lacking when it comes to being a small business like yourself? Where would you see gaps that need to be filled when it comes to perhaps regulation, policy, or just support? Whether it be type of skills that you need, training, or perhaps financial support?
Mostly financial support and a bit of training, because most people would have the technical side of things but not know how to manage their businesses. Also training on business development.
Deputy Minister, how do you provide the training that is necessary for all these South Africans and all the businesses that have the type of various ideas in terms of businesses they want to go into? How do you make sure that you're able to prioritize where training is necessary?
Well, as she states that our CEDA is the Small Enterprise Development Agency, an agency of DTI that is trying to make sure that it can help entrepreneurs or business people to have the necessary experience of the basics of doing business. So we use them a lot, but also in terms of our divisions. The division that is dealing with the support for SMMEs, it is the division of broadening participation, which is under DDG Sipho Zigote, which is then encompassing a lot of your cooperative SMME development, enterprise development, and we make sure that we go out and talk to communities and make sure that they can access, but also in terms of the incentives.
Sorry, but just very quickly, the kind of question I'm asking is, for example, Nompumelelo being a jewelry designer, that's a very specific type of skill. I mean, how do you prioritize putting money into upskilling her in that area and her staff, as opposed to other people who might be in a lot more niche area as well?
Well, our incubators vary. I mean, it is the jewelry, it is the furniture in here at the West Rand in Johannesburg, but we also have one in Umtata. We also have the jewelry, the one that is dealing with flowers in Mpumalanga. So it is from sector to sector that we assist them. ICT, that's one of the good ones that we have supported in Durban. Smart Exchange is one of those that we planned as the 34th incubation that was launched this year. So it is, we look at the different sectors and we try and make sure that we can train those people then to stand on their own and then to run their businesses sustainably and to make sure that they can then get market access. Also we have, lots of our outward mission trips as well as exhibitions where we take them to international markets so that after we train them then to be good business people and marketing skills, they can go out of the country and end up exporting their products.
Are you involved in the export market at all, or is it still a small company where you're just looking to sell locally?
I'm still a small company at the moment. Yes.
Is that part of your ambition?
No, I would like to go internationally.
Yeah, but of course you're in the manufacturing sector. And manufacturing is obviously varying degrees, but a lot of cost pressures.
Yes, it has been quite expensive. However, there are also others who have been able to go abroad by the help of the DTI.
Deputy Minister, talk to us about the incentives that you're putting on the table for small and medium-sized businesses. Interrupted you there. Tell us about those and how well they're working.
Well, they differ, but in terms of the SMMEs, we've got the schemes that are called like the Black Business Development Supply Program, BBSDP. We've got the program now that we launched this year after the budget vote, MSEP. It is the Manufacturing and Competitiveness Scheme that is making sure that for enterprises that want to get into manufacturing, we try and assist them. It was not there before in
Is this financial
scale.
assistance? What type of
Financial assistance, it is done. Most of our incentives are done either on an 80-20 basis. 80% is what DTI pays, 20% is for you to show commitment. Some are 90-10, some are 70-30, but they differ. So it's quite a variety of them. It depends on what sector, what you want to do. You then get either, if you want to broaden or expansion, you also get such. So it's quite, an array of incentives and the grants that we provide for small businesses to grow and other big business in any way. But for small business, we try by all means that we can assist those that need to be uplifted so that at the end of the day, they can reach the sustainability part of it.
When it comes to the department, how much money and how much of a priority is it? Because you've got a lot of various, businesses and various issues that you have to look at. What is the budget for the SME sector, basically?
Well, in terms of the budget, we do struggle a little bit. As you know, the department is quite huge. And you've got more than 8 divisions. So you've got Council of Trade and Industry institutions that are more than 18, 20.
Yeah.
And you must also transfer money to them, including CEDA and others. We are not happy with the budget that we have, but we had to take some of the haircuts, as the Minister of Finance indicated, that we don't get the money that we request. They look at the whole budget and then have to say we cut here and there to make sure that we can make space. We are not happy with the budget as it stands now, but we're hoping to go there and make sure that we can get something in terms of the MTF process, medium-term expenditure framework, that is due now in October, to see whether can't they get us more money, because the money that is there now is so little.
It's not enough for what you need to achieve.
Not enough,
basically.
and I think to me we can get even double of the amount that we have now so that we can make a difference. But as it may be, we try to make, with the little we have, try to make a difference. Here is one of, the beneficiary who's here to say at least the incubation system assisted me, and I'm here. And I hope that I'll grow from here. This is what the incubation process is all about. And we hope to roll out those, because the Minister indicated last year's budget vote that we need to roll out to about 250 of these. In other developed countries, you look at Brazil, they talk thousands of incubators. But because of the mega budget, we are not going to have those thousands. But we hope as years go by, we'll be able to get this as one of the priorities and actually plead with our treasury to make sure that we can get more money.
Well, I hope Pravin Gordhan is able to dig deep into his pockets and find a little bit more money for this very important sector when it comes to job creation, at least. Thank you both so much for joining us today. Best of luck with your company. Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Elizabeth Thabethe, and of course the owner of the Vows, Nompumelelo Phiri, joining me for a look at the SME sector.